Right, so we're going to put the air vents in. Obviously you don't want an air vent going through a door. So you set, I like to run my brickwork through first and find out where my door's going. So obviously I won't put the door in. But we got 782 off this corner here. So we go 782. 782 is there. That's this side. And then we've got a 1.23 m door there. So now I know this is where my door's going, in this wall. And now I want to look on the drawing. Some drawings have actual measurements where they want the airflow. And believe me, I've had to knock air vents out for being a brick too far across. I won't say much more on that one. Right, so these ones do have measurements on. So it's got 1 metre off of the corner. 1 metre is there, so it'll have to be one of these. It's just been freshly built. Clean that out. The air vents are the last thing that I go around and put in after at the end. Right, so that's how you get your airflow sorted for under your beams without putting them in the door. Let's get the whole bed out. Or does this mark go off a bit quick?
It was going off a bit quick yesterday.
Just make sure you pick the back up so I just don't go everywhere. Oh, what's that? A nice stone in there somewhere. So a lot of people say, oh, you don't do it on 9s because you add 10mm every time. That's only true if you're coming from right to left. If you put the brick on the left of the 900, that's where it goes. You'll want 1800 next. Because you're coming from right to left, you put it on the left, not the right, because that's how you would add 10mm on. So you put the 1800 to the left hand side, and it's the same if you're coming from left to right, you'd put the brick on the right side of the 1800. Does that make sense?
So we've got 27, 36, 9.
Let's make it brickwork gauge, please, architects. That one's worse. That one's about a 3/4 on the end of the wall, so we're gonna have to shift it about. But then what happens is, when you go to put your windows in and they've put them in at brickwork measurements, then you have to shift your perp slightly, and it just seems ridiculous. You might as well just put it into brickwork gauge to start with. Lovely jubbly. Not bad. Right, so got all these corner blocks. These are all put in with a laser. One over there, one over there, then one's over there. They're all put in with a laser. Now, you have to allow for your beam, which most of them come up a bit high. They come up at like 155, which you have to keep an eye out for, because when you run over the top, we've got a coarser block to go over the top when we do the screed rail, and you want to be able to finish bang on with your brickwork so you get a nice level foundation. You'll always find that gangs who do the subs, they always finish a bit high or a bit low, and that's just because this brickwork here, they need to make sure that they get the underside of beam level, and then they need to be bang on if the beam is 155, you need to allow for that to get over the top of it. And sometimes even the T-blocks that the floor layers put in, sometimes they can sit about 3 or 4 mil higher than the beam. So when you go to run your coarser block over the top, if you haven't allowed for that, then you end up with humps, and you end up a little bit higher than your brickwork on the outside. It's usually only about 10 mil, but it's not right starting off. So you need to make sure that the underside of beam that the beam sits on is obviously put in with a laser, and then you need to make sure that your brickwork here is, you've allowed for any variations in beams and T-blocks. So I've added an extra 5 mil in my gauge on here all the way around, just to allow for that. So there's been a slight change of plan. The groundworkers went to go and grab the bricks this morning from the site just round the corner, and they basically told them no, they're not having none, they need 24 hours notice. Which no one knew about. There's not been a problem with them grabbing bricks off them before, so I don't know what's going on there. But I'm gonna have to just go back to how I used to do it when we couldn't do the face work first. We have to do our block work, we have to mark out where the air vents go, and then we have to leave enough for it to slide over a brick and a half. That way I know that it will fit, but you then have to fill it in after. But it is quicker just to go around the brickwork first and then just back it up after, because you know exactly where it goes. It can be bedded in nice and tight and neat, but it is what it is. We get a day in anyway. The bricks turn up, so we ended up going around some of the brickwork as well. There's a little bit left to do, which I'm gonna go and finish tomorrow. I think there was a few phone calls made. Yeah, you don't need stuff like that. You just want to get cracking on, don't you, and get things done. It's trouble with sites sometimes. People are fighting against each other, and it can just get a bit silly sometimes. But anyway, yeah, the lads done really well last couple of days. The silos have been filled back up on the other job we're on, so they're going back there tomorrow to do some gable ends, and I am gonna pop there tomorrow on me Jack Jones again. I think I've got a few apprentices that are going to be working with me. I think got to finish this job tomorrow. I've got a few bits to go and sort out, and then once that's done, which will probably be Friday, yeah, I reckon next week I'll have a few apprentices, and hopefully we'll have some square plots. I've got some stuff from Blake's sent to me. I've got fucking about 30 different boards coming, 10 from 3 different companies to try out, see who's got the best ones for the best price. So yeah. What you got?
Cheese.
Cheese? What's that?
A tato.
A tato? A tato? What the fuck is a tato? A tato? What's a tato? A tato? Potato! Give me some of that. Watermelon smoothie to go with it. Lovely. Me old belly, look. Say hello, everyone, look. Old preggers, look. How was your dinner that Amy made you?
Good.
Good. And you've had seconds, haven't you?
Yep.
Amy's robbed the bowl. Right, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I shall see you in tomorrow's.